It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No. We're gonna watch and listen.
Well, hello there, everybody. What's going on? Hello. Welcome to another edition. Hello, Gary. Hello, Rebecca. Jean Hudson. Welcome on a cool Friday evening. Everybody's starting to tune in. So how's everybody doing this evening? Welcome, everybody. How are you all? Everybody don't talk at once.
Saying a little comment. So everyone have a good Chrissy?
Absolutely. Wonderful. And what about you all?
Oh, great. It was great.
Over to you.
Nice and quiet.
Right?
Quiet is good.
Yeah, quite as good.
So what we got going on this evening for everybody?
Well, we have Mark coming in to give us an update on the earthquakes all over the world and the pressure sharing itself around. Other than that, we'll just do our thing.
All right, Mark, welcome. Welcome back, kind sir. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having me. And finally, you can see my face.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I bought all the equipment, 3 weeks ago, and couldn't get the camera to stream, but I got that figured out. And then today I was working on sound as this company that does my microphone, Razor, like a razor blade, it took over the computer and shut all my sound down.
Oh,
And it was a four-hour endeavor to correct it.
that's terrible.
Would you like your new nickname?
Yes,
Shall we
what
do
is my
it,
new?
Michelle? Shall we do it,
Yeah.
Michelle?
No, that's you. She threw me under the bus there. She said that she had Mark Squeaky coming on, and I'm like, who's Mark Squeaky? And
Squeaky.
the earthquake guy, Mark Honey, whatever. I said, I said,
Honey.
well, that's just too confusing. I'm just going to call him Honey Shakes.
Uh-oh. Where's Stingray?
So that's your new nickname, Honey Shakes. I hope you like it.
Shake. I like it.
Somebody better call the tow truck. I know where we're going.
Hey, tonight it's been a day. It's Friday evening, California time, 6:05, and I have a bottle of earthquake wine.
Oh, we're going
we-
to the ditch.
Chucky.
Yeah, because we live in Sonoma County, which is like Napa County. We're side by side, so we're wine country.
Oh,
I
you
may
live in
not like
that guy Frank
I've got
that does all
water.
the TikToks. Frank on TikTok, the guy that pulls over everybody and locks them up.
Oh,
You know.
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Don't know about him.
Famous TikToker.
Huh. Learn
Yeah.
stuff every single day.
Reckon.
Not ha.
Haha, or we.
Ha.
We
Yeah,
means yes in
We
French,
are,
ladies and
that's
gentlemen.
for sure.
Yeah, Rebecca, I agree. Stingray would be so jealous. You know the first thing Stingray would say? The body in the garage.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Well, the crime shows, and I've seen a few of them, and these serial killers, they put people in refrigerators. It's really bizarre.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It is. How was the show, the crime one?
It was interesting, right? So we got license plates, right? License
Oh,
plate
really?
numbers. Yeah, it was very interesting, and everybody hit all around on topics and facts.
That's good.
So yeah, very interesting. So I
It was a
may
weird one.
reach out to the detective in charge, and instead of explaining everything, just make it his email and just send them a link and let them watch it.
Excellent.
Because some of them, once you start talking about what you do, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Just let them watch it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like all the notes and everything of it. Did you get mine? Do you know?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every week or every new case we get is wild. Like,
It is. We have people sending in, I think, 2 or 3 more cases to review. So we got some good ones, I think, that are coming in. Hello, Ann. Welcome. And Eva, welcome to the show. So we've got some new ones coming in. So I think one of them, the Navy's involved, or Navy looked at it down in Mississippi, I think. I think a couple of missing girls or something. So I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. So, yeah.
I love doing my cases, not for the sick side of it, but,
No, I know what you mean.
to bring closure.
Right.
Today, we have the butterfly.
Oh.
Yeah, Ann,
The
get your
butterfly.
questions. Yeah, you can ask questions. Just get them ready and put them in all caps, Ann, and I'll make sure and ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead with your butterfly.
Butterfly. Transformation. Get ready for this, everyone. Get ready for a big breakthrough is the heading. It's very possible to go through major changes calmly and willingly when you view them as a natural and hold relentless positive expectations. Whether in the darkness before the storm of emergence, the process of coming out of the self-created cocoon, which occasions some struggle at times, oh my God, or the full and glorious expression of the new you. It's faith in the wisdom of Great Spirit and your conscious resonance with the source that will be your guiding force. There's no need to identify with or feel constricted within the cocoon or by the darkness before the light. It's only a phase. The truth is that you're birthing each and every moment. Yet sometimes there's a larger cycle that incorporates so many unexpected twists and turns that it can at times seem momentous and frightening. You may feel scattered, uncertain, flitting from this to that, with seemingly no thread of continuity that you grab hold of. It's worth it to pause at those times, enjoy the richness and beauty of it all, and have absolute trust that this is a natural progression for your soul's development. What is coming to fruition each and every time is more and more of the true self that is your destiny. Additional associations: rebirth, vibrancy, reincarnation, colorfulness. That's pretty spot on.
Yeah, it is. So Ann's got a question. I'll bring it up. She says, I'm attracted to this man and we're very friendly. Do you see a romantic relationship for us in the next 3 months? So I got my little thing out. So while they're looking at it, I'll take a look too.
Right.
I'll do rooms.
I know, it's so good. I love it how you're all pending.
All right. So, and this is what I get. So I do see something coming up for you with whoever you're talking to. But hear this, right? Don't get your hopes up. And what I'm saying by saying this, don't come on too strong. Make sure and give this whoever you're talking to some room. Say this, but do calls, right? So just be careful. That's all. What do y'all come up with?
Okay. First rune I come up with, first rune came up was, or I don't know if you could see this. I'm using rose quartz, which is kind of the rune for love. I'm sorry, I got paint on my hands, so I've just been painting. But this is rose quartz. This is nadi, so it can mean need, essential, but it could be suffocation, but it could also be love, because it's kind of seen as the love fire, because this is really a picture of two sticks coming together to create a fire. So this is about love, romance. It's like it's there, you feel it. Okay, and then the next rune I got was strength. So this is Urus. It represents strength. And I just got that you've got to hang in there, give it time, as like have the strength to endure, not to rush things, shows restraints. And then I have Ansu. So Ansu is like flow, speaking, sort of speaking from your heart. And also it can represent Odin's cloak, which is speaking wisdom, but it's saying to temper everything with wisdom. So temper your passions with wisdom, act with wisdom, and let wisdom speak through you as you're going to this romance or attempting it. And you want to temper that passion with a little bit with wisdom, demonstrate wisdom, speak with wisdom. And I think that is the key here is what the runes are saying. So around this love is make sure to always act with wisdom, because the amount of wisdom that you demonstrate and the strength that you have within is will show through, and that's a key to your attraction for this man. It's like that's what he's drawn to.
Anybody else?
Would you like?
I'm a little bit different than that.
So am I.
Okay,
Go ahead.
So my feeling in this is it's important to differentiate between familiarity. And my feeling to this is that there's a familiarity. There's something that connects you to this person that you are associating to in the past, and it's perhaps something more than what this person can offer. My feeling is that this is more of a friendship. It can develop into a stronger friendship. I wouldn't put a timeline on it at the moment, but possibly looking a little bit deeper in yourself as to what you're looking for in this relationship and why. That's my
Michelle?
feeling.
Like Chris, I got that it is going to move forward into a relationship. Where it goes from there is really up to the two of them. I feel like there's more that I forgot who we're reading for because it's gone off the screen. But
I'll bring it back up.
That she has
Anne, I'm sorry.
Anne. That she's probably more invested in the relationship than possibly he will be. But that doesn't mean it can't work. But it really does depend on, how they move forward with that. So I would personally, from experience, and I'm not reading this, this is just, when you have, all relationships need work and they need work from both sides. So if you've got a partner that's going to work on themselves as like you're working on yourself, then you've got something, that can be good. And there is the potential for this to be a solid relationship, but it really does depend on what happens between the two of them and whether they can do that. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
interesting.
getting.
Yeah.
I'm getting what you see is not really what you're going to get. Proceed with extreme caution is how I feel. Sorry.
That's all right. So, Crystal, if you watched just a second ago, I checked my pendulum and I got a very strong yes. It was very pronounced. So, I don't know what you're conjuring up or what's going on with you. Crystal asked, do you see a change in my living arrangements this year and is it good? So, I don't know what you're planning on doing or what you're going to do or what you're changing or whatever your living habit is or going to be. But whatever it is going to change. So, yes, you are going to manifest that. Anybody else want to check in or chime on that?
Okay, so I got
Getting help from the other side. Sorry, go ahead. She's getting help from the other side. That's all I wanted to say.
I mean,
Sorry.
watch this. Very
From a
pronounced,
female.
yes.
She's getting help from a female
See?
in spirit.
I mean, very pronounced.
Is that for Crystal, Grizzy?
Yeah, that's for Crystal. That's a yes.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I mean, very pronounced, yes. I mean, I was very surprised when I checked it.
So this is what I got was Wunyo. Wunyo kind of looks like a P, but it's supposed to be a representation of like the family flag standing high. And it represents happiness, fresh starts, very, very joyful. Also got Feiyu. So Feiyu is money. So I got prosperity is going to be coming to you at this new place. And I got sanctuary. Okay, so algaes, which is protection, sanctuary. So it looks like you're settled in, and I get the feeling of fresh air. Like this is a very fresh start. It's very fresh, and it feels good. And I see a lot of prosperity and sanctuary. Like this is going to be a place where I'm not going to move from anymore. I feel so relaxed. I feel so complete and satisfied.
Yeah,
I can bring it. I can bring a little psychology.
Okay.
I've done some. It's called Enneagram psychological training. And on relationships, there's the 5B. B's, the 5Bs, like A, B, C, the 5Bs. And these are things you have to negotiate early in the relationship to make sure it withstands the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
And the first B is bed. What happens in the bed? Are you guys compatible that way? Then there's
It's okay,
bank.
Rizzy. He knows the words not to say.
Yeah. Then there's bank. How do you handle your money? Then with men more so than women, the bottle, meaning how much do you drink? And then you get into like longer term things, like if there's children involved, we call that baby, the B, baby, or children. And then the belt is how do you discipline? How do you raise the children? So those are 5 major components. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
That
that's
makes a lot of
interesting.
sense. Yeah.
Oh,
A
and
bit
I'll
scared
hold
of
it
the
up.
last one,
I'll hold it up here so people can kind of read it.
No, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I can agree
Bed,
with that.
Yeah, that's great.
bank, bottle, baby, belt.
Now
Belt.
I read this one, and now this is just going off of just picking up energy. And if I can go back to the question, now this is very serious, ladies and gentlemen. Rebecca, my granddaughter said a voice in her head told her I'm going to die someday. Any insights or responses for her? When I first read this question, it's just something she thought of. It's not true. Where the voice came from, it's just a thought. So it's not reality or anything real. So, what are your all's ladies' thoughts or anything?
I feel like it's a stray thought that just came out of the back of her mind.
And I just checked it just to make sure.
That's what it feels like to me. Just the feeling of it. It feels like a stray thought.
Yeah, that's all it was to me.
I mean, that's all it is. And then she's trying to take it seriously. And because, especially if we're at what I suspect she may have had that where you're in between that waking and sleep state. And when you're in between that state, your mind will actually generate voices and you'll hear random thoughts. You'll see random images. And it's just, all it is your brain changing brain waves from the wake state to your sleep state, and it's in that transition where it's generating stimulus, but at the same time it needs to switch to the dream state. So probably you may have heard something while in between that dream state that was really like similar to hallucination, but it's just really something that's quite normal that we all experience.
Did you say that she was asleep?
What'd you say?
Sorry, who did I interrupt?
No, you're right. You go ahead.
You came on the end.
Did
We
you
didn't hear
say
you.
Did you say that she was asleep when she had this?
She didn't say. She just said that she heard a voice in her head stating that.
Okay,
I'm picking up she's got an entity attachment. She needs to have that cleansed because that can cause problems. So no, it's not true. But it was given to her to cause you fear and anxiety. So I would definitely sage her, cleanse her, clear her of that negative entity. Rebecca.
Thoughts, yeah, because thoughts can be passed on wherever the energies come in from. I mean,
yeah,
thoughts, feelings, all sorts of things can be passed on from one person to another. I mean, even just walking past a person, you can walk away with more than what you've walked past them with. So your thoughts are not always your own. So yes, and they have a tendency to try and manipulate, especially if you're susceptible or you have a fear that's existing there. It's quite possible that there's a fear that's already been triggered for her to do with that somewhere along the line. And this is just something that's growing because thoughts create, they can grow into their own entity. So it'd be interesting just to ask her if she does have a fear of that and where she feels it came from. Because sometimes, and we don't know how old the granddaughter is either. Okay, so it could be just manifesting. But yes, if there's somebody there that can clear her and those thoughts, but it's probably something that'll have to be addressed with her somewhere along the line. Because if her fear, it'll just keep coming up anyway.
Yeah, I'm getting it's like a trigger. She's heard something and it's triggered her off, and someone needs to kind of gently explain the cycle of life so that she's not frightened of death.
I can say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
I'm going to say one thing about death is I've studied Buddhism quite a bit, and the Buddhists have two ideas of death. There's the seen death and the unseen death. So the seen death is you get ill, you have a diagnosis, or you're old and you fall, you get hurt, and you know you're going to die within a week. And then the unseen death is you're walking across the street and that big truck you didn't hear runs you over and you're dead.
Yeah, it's definitely
So if you have the seen death and you're young, which I had an experience like that. I was given a terrible diagnosis when I was 25 years old, 26, that had a 20% chance of killing me in 5 years. And what I did was said, well, I always wanted, as we spoke about off screen, I always wanted to ride motorcycles, but the programming from parents and family were, you ride a motorcycle, you end up dead or quadriplegic, which obviously was not the case. But I took up motorcycle riding, and it's been one of the best things I've ever done. I changed my whole life around, actually, after that diagnosis. And the disease had no treatment or cure, so it just went away on its own, which was an 80% chance that would happen. So always think of that. If you have a short time, figure out what you want to do.
Exactly.
Okay, next one up, Terry T. Will I meet a man for love soon? So I got definitely a strong yes. But the problem is, if you're not putting yourself out there, you're not going to find what you're looking for. So quit being bashful. And if you're not out looking, you're not going to find what you're seeking for. And what do you all come up with?
And define love.
Dating somebody to spend time with,
All right.
not the bee.
See, now we've got excellent new code language. Thank you, Mark. Honey cakes, honey shakes.
Oh, you're welcome, Crystal.
Yep. Positive.
See, she says she's feeling lonely. That's what I felt.
Yeah, there's someone out there, but it could be a challenging beginning. So,
Okay, so I got, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm just going to say, like Chris said, if that's the case, then really make sure that you are actually very specific about what you want to attract.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
And you've got to.
Oh, go ahead.
You've got to resonate to that as well. We can turn around and we can put out, this is who we want and these are our requirements and whatever, but you've got to show up within yourself. You've got to meet them halfway. So, you've got to look at that as well. So don't just settle for it, but be clear in yourself and come back into relationship with yourself so that you can then come back into relationship with, your future partner. And sometimes the best relationships can start off just as a friendship, where you have the opportunity to learn more about each other. And in future down the line, they can turn into a more serious relationship. But don't forget the mutual respect. For some reason, there's something that's really important for you to do with the mutual respect and the don't settling for. So maybe there's a little bit of internal stuff you need to look at for that. But good luck with that.
Yeah.
What the runes were telling me, I kept getting Kenya. So Kenya's is basically, it's a torch. You kind of use an emergency. You'd have the bottom part, it's a handle, top part is where the lit part is. You put pine tar on there, light it up, emergency kind of light. I kept getting the impression of light that you want to attract a man of light. So he's not just physical, he's spiritual. Like he's got the light in him and he overflows with light and you could feel that light. But you also have to become light yourself, be a person of light. And so you want to draw that in, meditate on that light, that oneness with light and heaven, and bring it into yourself and into all you do and seek guidance for that. So you attract, so in here you're going to attract somebody, but this is somebody you would feel, you would resonate, you would feel that light come from that person. So make sure you are becoming part of the light so you can get somebody that is also of the light come towards you.
Interesting. So Rebecca came back and she wanted us to know her mother's is deceased and her birthday was yesterday. So that's probably what maybe triggered her, I think her granddaughter's thought maybe. So that makes sense.
We're all sorry, Becca.
So I just came across that comment.
I still say, especially with children, because they can be so manipulated by energies, that, you know, first protocol is to do a clearing and then work on the other stuff.
And I had another one, and it was Thomas's. And
what was that one about the orange and the...
It was a happy face.
Oh.
Hold on, Thomas. Where'd you go? I'm trying to stay everything in line here. Thomas wants to know, was there any major changes going to happen to him next year? And it was weird. I never had this happen to me. It said maybe. And that tells me that it's up to him what changes are going to happen. And it's up to him if they're going to happen. I'm trying to find his question. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Any major life changes for me next year? So I doused it and it said maybe. I never got a maybe. It's either yes or no. So that tells me he's going to have to do this on his own if it's going to happen.
Life changes in what section of life?
Yeah, he wasn't specific. So if he can tell us that, that's probably why I got a maybe.
Yeah, that would be why, because it's too
in general.
Anonymous. Yeah.
So Thomas, if you can clarify that, don't put us in the ditch. I just wanted to throw that out.
That's just a weird question, because, like, does he want major changes in his life? Like, in what area?
Well, that's why it was weird, because Amy's laughing. I knew somebody would laugh. Because, I mean, when I got the maybe, I was like, well, what's he thinking about? But anyway.
There was one thing I did when I didn't even look at the rooms. I just had an image of like two, like separation, like a major separation. Like I saw like big.
Stop. Hammer time. Anyway. Health and finances. Okay, I was getting nervous. Health and finances.
Okay.
Good question.
Thanks, Thomas, for defining it.
He's sitting there shaking his
health
head.
And finances. So that means he's, and again, that's kind of like back to
it's back still to your in baby. General.
It's up to you. I mean, are you going to make the changes required to get better health, and are you going to take the steps, you know, towards having better finances? Like it's, if there's a maybe there, then it's maybe things could be better than what they are because you haven't taken the steps to get there.
I reckon you.
Or am I being too harsh?
So the health I got, yes. Finances was a slow no. So you got to do something to change that, Thomas.
Yeah.
So whatever track you're on, you're not in the right direction.
If it's not working, then what can you do? You know, put the question out there. You know, what else can I do, and allow opportunities to come in.
One thing about money. Inevitable. Sorry, change is inevitable. You know, we as humans, we tend to resist change, but it can create a lot of turmoil and a lot of backlash, through the resistance. And my feeling is that you're going to be forced because you have a resistance in certain areas, and that you're going to be forced to make these decisions whether you like it or not. So it's better that you have a good look at things and make some decisions to move forward, even if there are things that you don't like and you don't want to let go of or you don't want to change, because it'll just make the whole transitioning a lot easier for
I
you.
want to know what he's doing pretty well in what department.
Behave. Be to behave.
That's I'm like, what's he talking about? And who's giving hot dogs to Ding Ding?
What?
Ding Ding Dignity? What's this? What did I miss?
I don't know.
So T comes around. So look, Terry T. Yes to all. I want that guy spiritually in line with me. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
I
but
love
what's your
that run,
spiritual
but I
line?
don't want to settle. Well, that's what we're talking about. Don't settle. She feels like friends. First way to go, but I'm afraid to put myself out there. Well,
Trust your instinct.
We say what you need to do. That's right. So thank you, Pam. But I don't know what the hot dogs are for Ding Ding. Quick and easy.
No, me.
I don't want to
But
go
guess
there.
what, Grizzy? I've been checking out places to try and find to live, right? And this poor guy sitting on the train, he sat with me for 8 hours. Guess what
He
the
offered
name?
you a hot dog.
Close.
No, nothing
What?
like that. He's saying that what about
And a dog barks.
Sorry,
there's a place called Don Dingalong.
it's
He
Dog
said I
Man.
could go and
Shut
live
the
in
front
Don
door.
Dingalong.
Oh, Jean says Ding Ding is dinner.
I know. Don Dingalong. Where do you live? Don Dingalong. Don Dingalong what?
You're all pulling my leg.
I know.
Yeah, Lorna, tell her. Terry T. No, I can't even say Terry T with 2 T's without laughing. Don't think about it, putting yourself out there. Get out there. That's right. Get out there. But right. Anyway.
I understand the hesitancy, like, you know. But
I'm
if
glad
you
you're laughing,
feel that
Derek.
you're all anxious and it like that, then trust your instinct. Something's not right. The vibration is not the same vibration. Something's going against, like in my experience. Not that there's a lot of it.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, you'd laugh. Yeah, you
All
would
right,
laugh.
Lorna.
Work changes.
Work changes. I'm too tired to continue working full time, but must. All right. Well, I got to clear my thought now. I'm thinking
So the
about
other man that had the finances and health,
Thomas.
yeah, Thomas.
The health was
I had
good, but the
finances
finances
good.
was stagnant. But that's his decision on that too.
Yes.
Why are you laughing? I'm trying to concentrate. Look, you got me out of my shell. All right. Well, usually I don't do this. That's up to you.
No, I know. I'm proud of you. No, with the finances I had, yes, very good. With the health, I do a maintenance checkup. You know, like you check your car regularly. Do that.
Right, I have 2 things to say. On health, always focus on breathing. The more you breathe in and out rhythmically, the better health you'll have. And if you hold your breath often or breathe shallow or get all anxious,
Yeah.
that affects your breathing, and that can lead over many, many years to ill health. And then money or finances is the minute you start counting your money, you're losing. Money is an energy. When you start seeing it as energy flowing in and out and around you, your world will change. Almost
Absolutely,
certainly.
100% correct, Mr. Honey Shakes.
Yeah.
Totally. If you can date money, it's like an energy. You know, if you can
I just
spend
saw
it
dollar
and
bills hanging on him flying off.
with the intent that it comes back threefold, it's just all about play and energy. What did you say?
I just saw him with dollar bills on him flying off.
You're blushing.
Yes.
Hey,
You're in fine form, Grizzy. You're 10 steps ahead.
Where's the tow truck?
I've got something for Lorna if everyone's
I
Yes.
do too. So I just did it. I'll go last now.
good because you're all blushed and flustered.
Any work changes for me?
I see that there's victory for you on that change there. So there's victory coming there, but there's and funny that Mark come in with that energy stuff, because there's a warning here in the middle, like don't try to hold on to your money too tight, because it starts to become you start to stagnate, get stuck. If you can focus and vision where you want to be, and and what time frame you want to be there, and all that sort of stuff, then things will turn around a lot faster for you. What?
Well, I'm glad that anyways, I'm gonna go back to the comment. Look, I hit the wrong button, and anyways.
Oh, I like it when Grizzly blushes.
Yeah,
Super cute.
I can't.
Oh.
What?
He thinks
Lorna.
he's cute. He thinks he's
No,
cute
I
too,
don't.
Crystal. Don't you worry.
Lorna. But anyways, I actually got the same thing, which was very surprising. So the light is at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So don't get nervous. But you do have to think down the road. So relax. It does get better. So don't think about that.
Don't hang on too tight.
Rent still has to be paid. I understand that.
Yeah.
I can't find the original comment. What do you everybody like? You got me stuttering like.
He said any major. I think there was one about many major job changes you see for me. I drew up rude drawings for the one for money, health, and also for the job issue. The prior one, and then the one that was
there. We go.
Yeah, that one.
Any work changes for me. The thing I was
you.
came up right away is Helgelas. It's where we get the word hell from. But it's the hellstone. It means interference. It can mean destruction. I just get a sense of like constant interruption, like constant interference. And also have nadis, which in this case, in runic poetry, it says it's a tight band around the chest. And I'm getting that sensation like you're getting really, really restricted, more and more restrict, like you feel like you're suffocating there. But after that, it opens up again. So I see this one rune was this land goose, which is water flow, free flow. It also means growth. I feel like you're going to have, if you just hang in there, you're going to get some breathing room, and it's going to flow for you again, and you're going to start to appreciate it more. It's going to be tough for a while, but you'll get the relief that you need and the flow that you need, and finally you'll get back into a flow that's going to be better for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Julie Ann, do you have any family members in Louisville, Kentucky? Just asking. And what kind of changes are you looking for? Because I see changes for you for some reason, work style. I don't understand that. I don't know if that resonates with you. That's just what first came to mind. But just what kind of changes are you looking for? But do you have any relatives in Louisville, Kentucky? And the reason why I'm asking is I know somebody with that name in Guntry years ago. Just curious. You're welcome. Lauren is saying thank you all so much.
Welcome. I see positive changes coming to Julie.
I don't have any family in Kentucky. Okay. Great.
I see new partnerships coming, new adventures with a partner, business partner, but, a collaboration. Definitely a collaboration.
So
could be with a romantic partner, but it's definitely collaboration.
Okay, so this is what I saw. She says work and completion of long-time projects.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah.
That will bring positive change.
If you don't have someone else, it'll be a team effort or a partnership effort.
Yeah, I saw how I got hers. It was weird. I saw paperwork and people sitting at a table.
Yeah.
A work office table. It was weird.
That's pretty correct, yeah.
It feels like once that's gone, the whole world's going to open up, because it's a whole new beginning after you get rid of all that paperwork. Yeah. You okay, honey shakes?
Hi.
It must be difficult being here with us. I understand, honestly.
Every time you say that, I just picture him standing on a table, shaking with dollars hanging off.
Because you know how I came up, like what started this? Because you remember when we first met Mark?
No,
well, hang on. Remember when he's saying
Julie Ann says thank you all. She's like, bah, it's a book and mostly like a contract. Awesome.
Yeah. Definitely going to happen.
Yeah, when Mark was building and they were going squeak, squeak, squeak. And then I thought, no way am I allowed to say that because Grizzly will put me in the canyon
What do you
immediately.
mean squeak,
So
squeak,
then we
squeak?
got to the shaky was much more appropriate.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks, Jean.
Mr. Honey Shake. Thank you. There's got to be some dignity attached to it, for goodness sake.
Well, shakes are earthquake shake, and honey. My last name's Honig, which is German for honey.
Yeah. But the shaking was because of the earth shakes. I call them earth shakes. Yeah.
Earth shakes, yeah.
Yeah.
Shake, shake, shake.
So
shake,
we're getting
shake,
a lot
shake.
of
Shake
we're
your
getting a lot
booty.
of
We have a little
bad
dance
storm
coming
down here.
Somebody's asking if the rune they pulled the torch was it called Kenya's, Kenaz. And that is the rune of light. It can be rune of guidance. And basically what that represented, this is from the Viking Age. These runes are ancient, and the runes were basically a system of writing in the alphabet and also the sounds, and they also have meaning and an energy connecting them. Kenya's is the rune of guidance. Like, for example, if you're in a situation, you're lost and you need help, you need to be able to see, you're using light, you can make an emergency torch for yourself. That's what that picture was of. So that little, you would actually cut a piece of pine and have pine tar at the top of it. Then the bottom of it would be the handle, and you would light the top part of it. That's going to be your torch, your easy emergency torch to find your way in the dark when you need to try to find your way back. As some people use it symbolically as inner guidance, inner wisdom as well. And it's, I see it as light. And it comes through in different ways. For me, in your situation, it felt like you needed to have like the ultimate light guide you in this and become part of that ultimate light and learn to channel that first before you think about attracting somebody, because you will attract somebody, but would attract somebody that is of the light and of the people that are of the dark, whose hearts are in the wrong place. You don't want to attract those, right? So those people would stay away from you, and you want to attract somebody that's of light.
All right. So Amy just blew my mind.
Same.
Nobody knows Stanford Field around here unless you're from here. That's an airport. That just went through my mind. Now, why is she bringing that up? So somebody needs to explain this to me. That's a little airport, right? Like 30 minutes from here. Remember Stanford Field. Does somebody know something about me that I don't know about? So, Amy, explain that. She just blew my mind. What are you laughing for, Michelle?
Check this out, Chris. It's telling me you've met before.
Doesn't everybody know something about you don't know about?
No. I'm very private.
It's telling me you've met before. It's got this massive, massive, huge swing.
Amy says just grew up around Louisville. Amy, do you know me? She said she grew up around Louisville. Cat out of the bag.
Yes, Grizzy.
What state is Stanleyford Airfield in?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. All right.
And she says, no, thank God. That hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings. What the hell?
No, you went blushed again.
Yeah, she does know. I'm gonna douse this to see if she does know me. Did you go to high school there? No, I went to. I ain't gonna tell you where I went to high school. She knows where I went to high school.
Yeah.
Hold on now. I'm gonna find out.
You reckon? Like I'm getting wobbled.
I think you love that pendulum just a little bit way too much.
Okay, she don't know me. She had me going there for a minute.
Maybe you've met, but you don't realize you've met.
Amy got dirt on Grizzly.
Well,
Laura says stalker alert on Amy.
Is it? What is it? Is it an area? What is the actual thing? What is the place? Is it a
Stanford
place?
Field,
Is it a,
it's an airport.
it is
A
an
lot of
airport.
people don't know that unless you live here. And I was just thinking that, and I was like, because back in the day, you used to take your driver's license there. So, and it's also a place for FedEx. Yeah.
Oh
Bingo.
Shut
no.
the front
Oh
door.
no,
No
Grizzy.
way.
Don't even think about it. Blank, blank.
All right.
Uh-uh.
I know
I
who
don't
it is
get
now.
FedEx. Oh, you know the person.
I know who it is now.
Okay. Well, I was going to say there's earthquakes going on in the general area there. We're having a lot of earthquakes in the center of the United States in the 3 to 4 range. Been going on for a couple months now. We're watching them. We don't know what it means yet because, again, our seismic background only goes back with good data till about 1980 or 1970 in some cases. And that's
And
it.
what's,
But I
Mark, what's
found,
happening up? Sorry.
I apologize, but years ago, this has been years ago.
Okay. She hasn't lived in
Me,
Kentucky for years. Not the one I was thinking.
I had a very clear vision. I was told that, and I was shown that the center of the United States, there's an earthquake that starts along the Missouri River, and that splits the U.S. in half, essentially. And then the middle is like a shallow sea, and it's basically marshland. And I was shown this, and I posted it online a long time ago. And somebody reached out to me and said, I saw the exact same thing. And she showed me a map, and I just set it right at this intersection where this the Missouri River was. And she showed me a map of the Missouri River, and she said the exact same thing. Only she saw it from above, where I saw the same thing happening, but at ground level. And this split would happen. I was shown that there was a fault line that was along the river basin. So the increase in earthquakes in the center is fascinating to me because it was coming as a kind of a warning. How it came across. It was a very strong vision. It felt so strong. It felt like it was really happening, and I felt like there was electricity flowing through me, like really intense energy during this. And I was at ground level, and I just saw it happen. This tremendous rush of water, and I see there was so much destruction. And I was told that there was a reason for this, and it was to restore all this habitat, this marsh, that was supposed to be there. Like our nation was supposed to be marsh, and those marshlands were important and to keep our habitat healthy. But because we did so much destruction as human beings with dams, drainage, and destroyed a lot, this was supposed to restore habitat. And I just saw ducks coming back and geese coming back. And remember when ducks and geese and all sorts of birds used to blacken the sky because there were so many of them, that would be coming back. And because we're not doing anything to take care of our land and our environment, and manage it properly in a healthy way, Earth's going to take care of it and do it whether we're going to like it or not.
It's called the New Madrid Fault Zone, Missouri River, which attaches to the Mississippi. And 1812, they had an estimated 8.2 quake that struck. I think it was around 1812. And the reports were whirlpools opened up in the river and sucked boats and families and people right down into it, never to be seen again. The river flowed backwards for several weeks.
Right.
Every structure in some areas were not just knocked over, but scattered around. It was so violent. And it was a big thing. And we're watching for that. Again, we don't have time frames as to how regularly such quakes occur. There are some areas we do know that big quakes hit every 150 to 300 years. But that one's a big unknown for the seismic forecasting community.
And it even rang bells in New England, that earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
I remember reading about that.
What happens it's called the craton, which is the center part of the United States, which is the thickest, strongest part, and including Canada, of the plate. California is weak because we have all these major fault zones in it. So when we have a big quake, it's generally localized because the energy is absorbed by all the weakness. But in the center of the United States or the East Coast, a 5.0, which in California is nothing, knocks buildings down. And the whole plate shakes as one unit that could be 1,000-mile by 1,000-mile section will all heave and roll back and forth, shaking everything. In California, it's more like fingers, where you get these little shakes here. They only a little bit goes off, but central part of the United States, it heaves and rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Has Alaska settled down with all those clusters?
Yeah, it's been really quiet up in Alaska for the last few months. The whole world changed after the February 2023 Turkey quakes, the 7.8 and the 7.5. I have not yet had a successful forecast since then.
That got slammed, and then the Philippines started playing up, and now we're getting Fiji all around that area and New Guinea playing up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're watching. Sure, so all we can do is watch, sit, and watch.
Oh, and hang on.
Yeah, hang on too.
Hang on too. I know we had an earthquake in Ohio. Now, in Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. It's rare for us to have earthquakes that we felt, but I remember that we had at least 2 that we felt. And the second one, it actually damaged the home. You could actually see where there were rolls, where the waves made in the basement. It just made the waves in the foundation. You could see it. And then I was on a waterbed when that happened, and I felt like a ripple start in the middle of the waterbed and then start to move out from the center. I'm like, I'm not moving. How was that happening? It was started the ripple in the middle and then it rippled out. I'm like, that's interesting. That was the earthquake. And it did do damage. And like I said, that's been a few years ago. But when there is an earthquake, it does make news because they seem to be rare here. But then we are kind of at the foothills of the West Virginia mountains.
Mm-hmm. There's been quite a few quakes. I'm just doing a quick look up here. All the quakes. I have to lower the.
And while you do that, Anna D's asking Angela to pull some runes for her.
Yes.
I see your messages, Rebecca and Irene. I got your number.
This is Lola, everyone. That's how Lola.
It threw everybody for a loop, and seeing her sitting there
next to us, like us.
Okay, so this is Othala. So this is like the mother rune. It means security, but needs royalty. It represents family DNA, inheritance, and in particularly for you, I feel like this is more representing your family lineage going down. I feel like a strong call to by your ancestors, like the spirit of your ancestors reaching out to you from the past. They feel like they're your guides and they're trying to reach out to you. I feel this very strongly, and it's very good because a lot of our spirit guides are our ancestors, but this feels like this goes way back, and that you have people that go back. I'm told, I'm asking my guides, 6 generations who are with you. But pay attention because they have lessons to pass down to you.
Amy's confessing right now. She had me going there for a minute. I was about to fall out and be like, damn, all this time I never knew. But it wasn't.
Secrets.
Yeah.
Long time
yeah, you can't hide anything here.
Well, when she said FedEx, I was like, damn, I never knew all this. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I didn't go there. I went elsewhere for that.
Hey, it brought up the bees.
Yes. Yes. Behave. Add another one. There's 6 now.
Actually, there's one more I forgot about. It's just been years since I studied it.
Yeah.
The other bee, there's actually six bees. The last one was Bible, which means just how's your compatibility religiously or spiritually.
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got to cover mind, body, spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well add an H to it too. Honey.
One thing too, if you believe that we all have angels and spirit guides around us, you can ask your guides to help and have them have your guides reach out to his guides and bring you together that way too. Kind of get some help on the other side.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Never thought of it that way.
Like my people meet you people, but as spirit people, my spirit people meet your spirit people.
That's
Let's get
right.
together.
Well, in the reincarnation realm, it's fairly typical that when you die, you're in the next realm for around 300 years. It's rare to come in faster than 300 years back. So 300 years would be 15 generations, 20 years being one generation.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So so spirit guides from old times could be helping you.
Right.
Oops. I was tapping on Michelle's forehead and I made the whole screen go big.
No, she hasn't been naughty.
I was picking up her energy. I was gonna. I forgot I got a touch screen. It was like, bloop.
Stop doing that. I was intently doing something and you just had to pull me out of that, didn't you?
He knows as soon as Grizzy knows me, Joey.
I must get a look on my face, do I? I do
Yeah,
go
it's
in
like-
with trance, like it was important.
Grizzy put Michelle in the naughty corner.
Oh,
He muted her.
that was
he
funnier than
muted her.
hell. That night I muted her and she was just
Yeah.
rambling on. We're all sitting here just laughing.
She was not
I was in the naughty corner, yes.
What do you mean our man Grizzly's looking for love but dancing for dollars attracts the wrong kind? What the hell is that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
The dancing
Dancing
bear.
for dollars, Grizzy.
I know. That's bad TMI.
Exactly.
They're really picking on you now, aren't they?
Everybody's laughing now.
The dancing bear.
I'm covering my eyes and just checking.
I'm going to get the little twirlies out now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Michelle. I'm going to make Michelle laugh here in a second. If I got to take it all off.
There's an old song from the 70s.
Yeah.
I'll get banned. So,
I suppose, Michelle, we could just get a paper bag.
oh, here comes the comments now, ladies and gentlemen. I feel sorry for the audio listeners tomorrow.
We love confusing our little friends, the you know whats.
Why does someone have to bring out the poll?
Maybe I should
Goes the
pop the-
task.
pop the wall.
There you go.
Yeah, that looks really nice. Yes, please.
Oh my lord. We're all off.
That'll make us really shake.
Yeah, they've gone wild now. Oh no.
Now, I knew somebody was going to bring up. I'm not even saying that word.
No, I didn't say that.
So
Next question, please.
I was afraid one of the guys was going to go back and clip that segment when y'all asked me about that. I really got mad that night at first. I was like, I cannot believe they asked that on the air, you know?
I know.
But y'all was just looking at me like I was crazy. So that was funny.
It was. Sick
Really,
funny.
Thomas?
Or
Yes.
two.
On a cycle.
Unbelievable. So,
Imagine that.
no.
A little choo-choo on a bicycle going through the cemetery. Hi, Santa.
So what was weird is that the other night, I don't know who was on the show with me. I don't know what show it was, but one of my dolls above me moved, and it freaked me out right on one of the shows. And as soon as I got off, I had a notification on YouTube. One of my buddies on the police department evidently was working off duty, and he passed. And they rushed from the hospital. He didn't make it. And it was the day after Christmas.
Oh, wow.
And they don't know what happened. They rushed from the hospital. He didn't make it. And they rushed him to another hospital, and they pronounced him dead. So I don't know if that was him or whatnot, but it just freaked me out. So
Good possibility.
you said someone from the other side has helped me. Any idea who? Man, you know, I just got that Adele song stuck in my head right there when she said that. Remember that song from Adele, Hello from the Other Side?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. I don't know why that just came to my head.
Well,
So
it's
do y'all
giving you
have
an
anything
answer.
on that? Hello from the
I
other
picked up
side.
a female. There's a
Yeah,
female in spirit
Yeah,
helping.
that's I don't know why.
exactly.
That's
There
what.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
agree. There's a
yeah.
female. I'm getting an older woman. I keep seeing an elderly woman, and I see she's actually, I see her. She's wearing like a tight scarf around her head, and she's bundled up. She's got a coat on. Uh, it feels, she feels like she's from maybe Eastern European descent, like maybe like let's say like Hungary, someplace like that. She feels, okay, she's showing the letter E with it. Right, she's trying to give me the name of the and the area that she's in. Estonia, Estonia. I just saw E, and then I finally figured out what country starts with E. Estonia,
Mhm.
but she's from that area. Okay, but I see her with the hat, and she's telling me that she said, okay, so she's coming through with a message for you. She's reaching out to me on this. She says, "Rocky ground, rocky ground." He says, "It's difficult ground. It's difficult. It's difficult. But you learn to be stronger than the earth. You learn to be stronger than the rocky ground. And you find ways to grow and where the rocks in between, where the soil lays in between the rocks." So she is giving a message about, and she's using, I think she's using growing gardening as an analogy. It's like rocky ground, like a rough, like a difficult time, but finding ways to grow even in that difficult time, and taking the few moments that the little bit that's fertile in your life, and taking that and making most out of the little that you have, and building on that.
Yeah, and I think it's a great grandmother. So it's on a great grandmother. So definitely family.
Who's that? Is that for Crystal? Yeah.
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 It seems like, and I'm not trying to pry in somebody's life. It seems like she's going through a real difficult, dark times lately. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah,
So
she's had to fight a few battles. Yes.
I'm not trying to
And she
pry.
feels like she's felt all alone in that, in having to fight. She feels like she's under fire. But it is going to change, because she is getting help from this person in spirit, lady, great grandmother.
Interesting.
Draw on the strength and the resilience, because if her great grandmother's coming up, these women in the countries that they're coming from, these
Yes.
women had so much strength and so
Mhm.
much resilience, and that's in you too.
Yes.
You know, oh wow, yeah, okay.
So this is your great
Just a
grandmother, though, for sure, not
confirmation.
your
This is a
grandmother. Your great,
confirmation that's going to come
yeah,
through to her.
yeah,
Is
She
that
says I
she
was
has
raised by my
everything it
grandmother.
needs
She
to
died
success
last
and to
year.
move forward,
yeah,
and
Oh, I'm going
create
through all kinds of hell for the past few years, and it's been awful.
yeah,
Because what I saw was somebody, a girl walking on a, what do you call it? Old Bedford Road, stone road with no shoes on. And that's what I resonate with, rough times. So that's just what I saw. I'm getting a little better at this stuff. It's weird.
Do you want to say, Barbara? No, it's just so important. The energy's just blue. She has what it takes to succeed, to move forward, and it's like her ancestors are just wanting to let her know. You know, they have. She has what they had. She has the strength. She has the resilience. She would never have gotten this far if she didn't have it to begin with.
Right.
And you know, there are times that it's going to be challenging, and she's going to lose hope, and you know, different things, think different ways, and whatever. But it's like, just keep on going, because you know, you can get to the other side of things. You have everything within you. Just believe in yourself, and just you know how sometimes you're getting to the end of something, things are just going to finish, and you either just give up just before you get there, or you just keep pushing through and you actually move through that door and everything changes. It's like, just keep on going, keep going, you know, envision where you're going to, and you'll break through, you'll come through. But all these things that we're tested with, all these things we're challenged with, is helping us develop. It's helping us bring our skills. It's helping us show us our gifts. It's building our character, and it's only preparing us for the things that are coming forward in the future. And if we can look at it that way and just move on a day-to-day basis, moving forward, it helps us grow. It helps support us in making those decisions and giving us the strength and the hope that we might need in those times that we're really, really challenged. It's always great to have somebody around that you can bounce things off, that you don't always have to be told what to do. It's trusting your own instinct. It's trusting your own gut, because again, you've gotten to where you are. But it's always good to have somebody that, you can bounce things off.
Yeah.
They don't have to give you the answers. You just need to be heard.
Yeah, like a friend.
And acknowledged.
And you're with loved ones too, Crystal. And in April, I'll bring you some peanut butter cups when we meet down at the LBL. So,
nice.
And also, what this woman is showing me now, she's showing me at rocky ground, and then she's showing flowers growing on the rocky ground, and then they take over, and then you can't even see the rocks anymore because there's so many flowers.
Nice one.
Yeah. I'm real sorry, Crystal.
Yeah.
Can I just share something in the energies that are shifting now, what we're sort of moving through? Because theoretically what's happening is we're coming through the end of, some people believe in karma, some people don't. You'll explain it a different way, however. But we're coming to a lot of endings because there are new beginnings. Energetically, we're not the same. The world's not the same. There's nothing that's the same. We're leaving the past behind, presumably having learned from our lessons, regardless to how bad or good or indifferent they are. So if we can come into a place of forgiveness for ourselves, and for others, it's not saying who's right or wrong, good or bad, but it's almost like giving us permission to then move on, to leave the past behind us and just create this amazing new future, because energetically, that's exactly where we are now. We can, if you take notice, the way our thoughts are, the way we think, some things show up just like that. Things are manifesting virtually instantly.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important to take notice in your thought process, the people you spend time with, things you do. You stay as positive as you possibly can, and gradually those things shift, change, and evolve. So what do you want to create? What do we want to create for our future?
Yeah.
What are we participating in? What are our values? What are our morals? Who are the people we're spending that time with? Are we being authentic or are we not? These are all things that are so relevant now, that are going to be taking us into the future. Yeah. Because the past really should be the past. And there's a lot of things that are finishing up. And even, I'm going to presume that even in some of the shows that you guys are doing, there are people that are past that are going to find their peace simply because, these mysteries are going to be solved. And that's the closure. It's that sort of thing that's happening.
Yeah. So it's time to reset your boundaries again. Redefine the boundaries, because you're in a totally new area. Trust your intuition, trust the synchronicity, and act really fast, and just go with the flow. But yeah, you're absolutely right, because it's all new energies and new beginnings and the end of other things.
So Amy C, WC, has got a real question. Do people always expect the worst, or are they better handling disaster? So my experience has been this. People they think the worst, but cannot handle reality. Think about that.
Yeah, because they're not in the now.
They think they can handle the worst scenario, but when something does happen, in reality, they can't fathom or understand it.
Yeah. It's
So,
it's interesting, Grizzy, because like in your job, you you hit a lot of disaster, a lot of horrible things, but you tend to go straight into remote control, into business mode. Okay, your head just switches like you turn the car on. You got to let the handbrake off. You just go into that zone, and
I've seen people that could not dial 911. I've
yeah,
seen people that could not use a phone. I've seen people that could not speak.
yeah,
I've seen people that could not do regular body functions.
yeah,
So it's stress is real,
yeah.
and when reality does happen, an emergency situation, whatever it is, I've seen body functions just go out the window. So
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I've seen people at like car accidents and motorcycle accidents, and they kind of freeze. They don't know what to do. They just kind of stand there, frozen.
so yeah,
It's interesting. Like I'm the opposite, but like I've had seen a lot of things. But as soon as I get into a disaster, I just go into remote control, and I don't think about anything. I just follow through all the procedures, and maybe 4 hours later, after it's all done, then you'll sit down and go, "Whoa," you know.
Hmm.
But it is interesting. But my baseline's horrific to start with. So a lot of things I find, yep, no worries. Okay, got this. Like it's not pleasant, but you do it.
yeah, it's sad. I mean, I'm still privileged to certain videos, training videos for law enforcement, because you have to show credentials to access them. And for shooting situations, that law enforcement's in. I mean, civilians can still watch them, certain ones, but we're talking the ones that they show in ones that are not published to the regular viewings, and it's very surprising how officers react during that situations. And there was one I watched not too long ago and it happened on a freeway ramp, and a civilian uh, was trained, and the officer was down, and he actually got out and returning fire to the suspect. Went over and helped the officer and dragged him while he was returning fire. He ran out of ammo and took the officer's gun and helped him, and he dropped the suspect while he was dragging the officer to safety, and that he saved the officer's life. And
That's amazing.
I think that should be published for America to see,
Same here.
uh, because if it wasn't for that guy, the officer would have died.
Yeah.
But a lot of people today, and this just goes for everybody, the first thing they want to do is film it and put it on TikTok or YouTube and stuff like that.
Ugh.
And I see videos today. Uh, it's like
Oh, wow.
people will see officers on the side of the road struggling for their life, and people don't stop. They don't want to be
Yep.
part of it, right? And it's
Yep.
sad.
It's
So
similar over here that there's so much law. Like if you've come across a prang, no one's going to give mouth to mouth. Oh no, I don't want to get done for this or that.
yeah.
What kind of humans are they? That drives me insane.
So I worked in another state, and I was in another state, and I took my uniform because I had to drive from one state to another. It's just not even a 20-minute drive, and I was in uniform going to work. And something told me to look to my right. And when I did, I saw this officer on a traffic stop, and it was on a dead end street, and it was 11:30 at night. It was a Friday. I never forget it. And I was like, something's not right. Something's not right. So I pulled in. I had enough time. And when I did, I saw the 6'4" girl, thug looking. I'm talking sweatpants, toboggan. I mean, tats everywhere. I'm sorry. It's just what she looked like. It was a rough part of town. And he was hollering at her to get back. And this guy that he was trying to handcuff started acting squirrely, and this girl would not listen. So I pulled up probably 25 feet. Well, it made him nervous because I was in a slick top, which means unmarked, and I had tinted windows. So I hit my lights to show him who I was. So he got comfortable. He got the handcuffs on him. She come up and start attacking this guy. He lost control. I had to get out, and we got her on the ground, and she fought like the Dickens. And he's trying to call for backup. He breaks 2 fingers in this fight. Well, I get control of her, and I ain't gonna say what happened. We subdue her very quickly. Backup comes, and they're like, "What the hell? Who's this guy?" You know, I'm in a different uniform. They don't know who the hell I am. They see my license plate. They're like, they send me gift certificates. They give me a letter of recommendation, all this other stuff, because this girl had a gun and a knife. She's gonna kill him. It was her brother. 4
Yeah.
Oh,
warrants.
the officer
He was
was
not
her
going to
brother?
go to. No, the guy was going to jail, had 4 warrants. Her brother, she was not going to let her brother go to jail. She was going to kill the officer.
You
And
guys were lucky that day.
if I didn't stop, she was going to shoot that cop.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, and you know, my daughter always asked me, because I drove the interstate for a long time, you know, visiting my daughter and other family. She said, "Dad, what would you ever do if you see one on the side of the road struggling?" I'm going to stop. You know, and a lot of people don't. It's just sad. It really
It
is.
is.
So,
You know, you drive to work in peak hour and there's a car pulled over on the side that hasn't moved. And like I stop. You know, if there's a person in the car and the car is stopped in peak hour and it's not moving, there's a reason. You know, like there's no orange pixie hats or anything saying they're broken down. And like I found 3 of them had heart attacks. And everyone just drove past. I don't like that.
well,
I think there's a
anymore,
lot.
you never know on the side of the road if they're good or bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you really don't if they're good people or bad people.
Yeah.
So, and it's sad. You know, a lot of departments, if you're in a marked vehicle, you'd have to stop if somebody was broke down. And if you're in an unmarked, you didn't have to stop. And that's a lot of people's policy. And
Yeah.
I think if you're a police officer, whether you're on duty or off duty, I think you should stop for somebody that's broke down. Just check on them. But the
Yeah.
problem is, you get people that are, you know, on the side of the road for whatever reason, and you stop and you're like, "Hey, I'm Officer So and So. I'm checking on you," but you know they want to check. "Can I have your ID, please?" Well, why are you checking on me? I'm on the side of the road and broke down. Well, I need to call and make sure you're okay. You don't have any warrants, or you want to run your license plate. You're letting people know who you're out with. You're running your license plate or whatnot, because it's in case you're wanted or murder. Yeah, and that actually happens. You're wanted, or you're a murderer or whatnot, sex offender or whatnot that's wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just it's something. All right, we got a reading here. What do you want? What kind of reading would you like, please? Just put it all in all caps. We'll get to you. But the world's changed. It really is. I feel sorry for people in law enforcement.
Same here. All those guys are in the front line, like
Yeah, it's sad.
really sad. And it's hard to get to you quickly.
I agree. It's a sad situation for the police.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy, I love stop signs. Stop signs, headlights out, license plate lights out. That's how you get your dope, warrants, and drunks off the street.
Cracked up.
I love those. That and failure to dim your headlight.
That's brilliant. And make new friends.
So
That's excellent.
it doesn't mean you're getting a ticket. It just means I was going to say hello to you.
Yeah.
But they just want a general reading.
General.
General.
That's a bit tricky.
All right, and just pulling her rooms. I'll say, mate. Yeah, Gene says they had even more than you have 2 family members. That's terrible. All right, General's coming up.
Yeah. All right. So the first rune I get is Wunyu. So fresh start, fresh beginning, joy, good place. But then I say caution. You need to be cautious about decision making. I'm just seeing a lot of caution where you don't want to take a lot of risk and you could get hurt easily. And I see this rune is upside down now. This is Othala. This is the rune protection, stability, and royalty and ancestry. It feels like turbulent family times coming up. Like feels like there's family conflict coming up for you. That you might want to just be very cautious and try to stay out of that kind of family drama as much as you can.
Anybody else?
I just got that she was probably she's actually embarked on something new recently. Needed to have bit more challenge in life, but there's something here that's some sort of betrayal that's causing a lot of sadness and sorrow. So it's around healing now, healing that forgiveness of either self or others. But moving forward, that she will be guided on the right path, and that things will be more optimistic after that. But there's just this period of healing and forgiveness that's needed right now.
I got stand your ground.
Boundaries.
Yep. Boundaries.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, really, that's assessing your position, isn't it?
And bear is a really good one to meditate on in any time of tough times coming up. I mean, financially or anything, you can meditate on bear and visualize yourself as a bear and imagine being the bear in the woods and then visualizing yourself as a bear and doing bear things. Because a bear is a remarkable spirit energy, and the bear spirit will help you get through so many tough times.
Also, bear medicine is very big on healing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong healing medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we
Sometimes.
do have to forgive others because we're not as pure at times as well. I know it may be harder to do, but the mirror also, we see our reflection as well. So it's sometimes
also
hard
perspectives as well. Also, it's perspectives.
Yeah.
Two people in the same situation can see the situation totally differently from each other, and that's something to be aware of. Yeah.
It is. Absolutely. Hopefully that helps. So, and I always tell people, when people ask questions, you may not, get what you ask for, and don't be surprised or don't get upset, right? Sometimes you may need to understand or get that little medicine to see clearly. So, you're welcome. We're not here to be mean or anything or
if you ask for a general, then generally you will get something that you need to hear, not something that you want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've actually opened the door to, to hearing something that you need to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And for Thomas, we'll keep your daughter in prayer, especially down in Florida. My brother's in Florida. He's still on the force, so yeah. Very interesting. So is anybody going to do anything for New Year's, or what's y'all's plans?
No, I have one plan. Let me grab it here.
It's a jar, honey.
Oh, your moment there. I was thinking he was going to drink the earthquake.
Oh, you're going for a ride.
Oh, the Canyon rat.
There we go.
Oh, no.
I got my party jacket here.
Very nice.
It sure is.
Got this from... So.
Looking good.
Very flat.
Well, you're decked out.
Cat's drooling now.
Nice.
Very flash.
Yeah.
It's the flashiest thing I own.
That'll shine out on the motorbike.
Oh yeah.
You doing anything, Michelle?
No, I always fly by the seat of my pants here. You know, you never know what's happening from one day to the next.
TMI.
What does that mean?
I
Too
love
much
that
information. See your pants. Where's
I
Stingray? He'd be eating you up right now.
That's a saying. It's not naughty. It's not like I said thong or.
There she goes. I knew it was coming.
I'm gonna wear
6
my
weeks
thong
vacation.
and go to the lounge room.
What the hell is that? What's that? Why y'all laughing?
Being lonesome can be quite hilarious at times.
What did she say? A landry?
Well, I don't
Lounge
own one,
room.
so that's going to be difficult to do. The lounge
what?
room.
Lounge room.
Lounge room.
Lounge room.
Oh,
That's
lounge room.
Oh,
like
see,
your-
even Mark didn't know what the hell it was.
Am I
I didn't
speaking
know
to
what it
the
Lounge
lady
room,
here?
sitting
What the
room,
hell?
TV room.
What do you call it?
What, in California?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Never mind. I got bad mental pictures on
Yeah,
that.
no, I
Never
can
mind.
see you need to be
Never
hushed.
mind.
There's not many lounges around. They're mostly beer pubs and wineries and a few,
Oh.
contemporary bars. But they've been shutting the bars down. They want all the restaurants. They want bars to be serving food at the same time. They don't want people just going in to drink.
Thanks, Lana.
No, it's a lounge room. It has big, comfy chairs in it, and you go and sit
Mhm.
down and watch
Fireplace.
crap on TV.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah. That's the limit of our
That is
excitement.
funny. I'm going to
Well,
the.
we don't.
I'm going.
Well, we
I
actually
tell you
don't have
what. I'm going to
commercial
open
channels.
up a lounge and see what shows up. It ain't going to be Netflix.
We get shut down in 5 minutes flat.
You're just being silly. I'm not talking to you anymore.
The lack of luxury.
Would you like to come to my lounge?
I don't invite people into my lounge.
No.
See how that sounds?
No, I do
We
not.
better not tell you what the other rooms are called then.
I get really cranky.
Look
with
at
people.
Rebecca. Lounge.
You can
Is
sit in
that-
my seat. That's not fair. That's my seat. Get out.
Poor Angela's like, what did I just sign up for?
Good night, Thomas. Take care. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Thomas.
Sorry, Angela.
My January is very busy, so there
You got lounges?
not. I used to work for Value City. We would joke around the chase. The chase.
Oh
back
my
of the
God,
end,
lounges and chases. I heard it all now on the show.
Yeah. The lounge room.
Yeah, the chase.
Hey,
The chase.
have any of you
Got a
have
lot
any of
going
you
on in January?
ever
So.
watched Saturday Night Live from the 1980s?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So Christopher Walken, a big actor, he did this thing where he's kind of a slimy guy wearing a jacket very much like this, and he asked this lady, she's it was this obviously a skit. He goes, I found your glove. Would you like to come in and have some champenois with me? And the camera was in the position of the lady, and what she did was like, no, I don't want to come in. No.
That
And
was
then-
the Continental, wasn't it? The Continental. He was the Continental, and he's like, "Would you like some champagne?"
Champagne, that was not champenois, champagne. Champagne. And so they just took the camera from the window and did the shake.
You see him trying to go to the door. He's like, the camera's like,
You'll have to create moves, man.
Get away from
Look, you got the audience saying it now.
me. Champagne. Yes.
Champagne.
Just call it bubbles.
Champagne.
What's with the champagne?
Yeah, in your lounge.
Bubbles
Mo-
on my lounge.
Bolly.
Bubbles on my lounge.
with a shiny jacket.
I don't have a shiny jacket. Poo.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, I meant to say boo. Boo hoo. Not poo.
Oh, I
Sorry.
thought you said something else. I'm like, that's a little too far.
Almost.
I'm just deliberately being bad now.
I know.
I'm trying to get into the naughty corner.
Yeah, finish it off.
Yeah, no, I get upset with people. I don't bring.
Miss Shelley.
So that's what happens. You just get muted, and it's like watching those old Japanese movies. Sorry, Irene.
Bring it back. Okay.
Hopefully she's gone.
Totally appropriate because I don't even know what I'm doing.
It already happened, Amy. I muted her. I think Amy beat me to it. Hopefully Irene's gone. No offense, Irene. I don't want to be hit with fortune cookies when I sleep.
No, definitely not.
So
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
and she gets mad. Man, do you ever seen her mad? You don't want to see her mad. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets evil. So yeah. So why are you laughing?
Nothing.
You won't get me.
Lion.
Oh, so I'm gonna leave everybody.
You know.
You know.
We need the lizard card.
Mark. So I'm gonna leave
Wait,
everybody
so
with
what?
this
Mark?
thought.
I'm not
gonna
a
leave
lounge
everybody with-
lizard.
I
I
was
just
waiting
go
in
there
line at
occasionally.
McDonald's, and a cop got annoyed me because he had to wait. What? So, anyways, I'm gonna leave you with this thought.
What?
I have no idea. Leave you with this thought. So the Egyptians, right? She showed me the line card. The Egyptians. Let's look at the Sphinx, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Not the sphincter, the sphinx.
the Sphinx, the statue, right? Let's look at the statue. This has been bothering me my whole life.
Myself, shall I? Hang on, wait a minute.
So the statue, right? It's very particular, and they're very good with their art in how they make things, right? It's always proportional.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So why do they make this statue out of limestone, right? 270 feet long by 70 feet tall. Why does the statue have a shrunken head? That head does not fit on that statue.
No.
They ran out of line when they got to the top and they couldn't carry it up as far as that goes.
Well, the statue allegedly was carved out of the limestone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that was the original head.
No.
No.
It could
It was-
You know what they do? When I lived over there, they like when they build their houses and that. I wasn't in Egypt, but they use the same method. The guys rock up in this white shirt, white pants with their white, thingo, and a truck arrives. A truck arrives about half an hour later about the limestone. Or you're
What do you
not
mean
talking.
rock up? Are we getting ready to do the MC Hammer dance?
Oh, sorry. They arrive and to build these houses. And about half an hour later, this big truck rocks up, pun, with these big blocks of limestone on the back of the trucks. And they drop the big blocks of huge blocks, like they're like 12 by 12 size blocks. And the guys chip. They have that house built in about 4 months. The most beautiful houses.
We're talking the Sphinx.
Chip. I know, but this is the same.
What I'm saying, the Egyptians
You're picking on me.
did not build the Sphinx.
No.
The Sphinx was already built prior. The Egyptians inherited the Sphinx.
Yes.
The
Yes.
head eroded away, and they put that head on the Sphinx.
Yes.
Or they remodeled if they had a dog.
That's what I'm saying.
head.
They
Yeah, they had a dog
they
head.
remodeled it.
When they chipped off the dog nose and created an image of a pharaoh. That's what some of the standard thinking is.
That's
these
what
days.
I'm thinking. They put the pharaoh's face on it because the lion's mane or whatever's on there prior, they retrofitted it because it was so eroded down.
Yeah.
Because nobody else has challenged that. They're humans, scientists just adopted and just ran with it. Because if you look at everything else that they had built around, Egypt and everything else, their artwork, their statues, everything they hand built in the pyramids inside, it's all proportion. we're talking even the inside chambers, everything to a T. And there's no way they would have done that.
They talk about
The
giants
Egyptians themselves claim to be the survivors of the Atlantis disaster.
So I'm just saying, I just want to throw that out, food for thought.
Where did that come from?
It's just been burned
from
on
the
me.
lion. Oh, right.
Yeah, the line, when you show me the line card.
Yep, sorry.
Because a lot of people look at that Sphinx and think the Egyptians built it. I don't think they did. I think they inherited it. Because if you look at a statue 270 feet by 70 foot tall, you're not going to put, it looks like a shrunken head. You remember the shrunken head statues back from the headhunters? That it doesn't, it's not proportional. I mean, just think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do we have to think about it? Do we have to? Is that like
you're thinking about the shrunken heads now?
No, we're thinking about Bubbly. Shirley Belly thinking about
Look,
Bubbly.
she's starting to blush.
What I was thinking was maybe there was because you talk about the giants, right? So maybe it was more of a chair, and that's where they rested their hands, and over time it just wore away. Yeah, made them smaller.
Well, they have indications that there was a moat around the Sphinx because there looks like there was water damage. And that's how they imported some of the limestones. And there's evidence of that. But we're not going to get too far into that. I don't want to blow people's mind. But I believe, the ancient aliens theories and so forth. That's just, I believe in that stuff. So I think they had technology we don't give them credit for, too.
Absolutely. The other way of looking at things, if you think about Nikola Tesla, I think it was in 1848, he built the Wycliffe Tower and actually lit up a house with electricity wirelessly a mile away. Just using what is available in the earth. and it was immediately shut down, and then people want to make money off of it. They didn't want to believe in free energy like Tesla did. They were anti-free energy. Everybody had to be wired, and everybody had to pay for everything, and because they couldn't profit off of something that's free. And of course, when Tesla passed, that section on the free energy was out of all these documents that he had. That his formulations on the free energy, that was not returned to the next of kin. Everything else the FBI came and raided all the stuff, and then when they had to return stuff
80 totes, I think.
The free energy was not part of it. Was not returned back to him. Returned back to the next of kin.
No.
No.
Brian needs a note because he's not only late, he's like so late.
Yeah, I'm talking like, he missed the pastries.
Yeah, put him in the naughty corner.
So look, as soon as I said pastries, they're throwing money at me. Well, she really wants me to take
$2.99, Grizzy. What do you do for $2.99?
Ha! You have no control over me. I can put myself in the naughty corner.
Here we go.
I have a rising moon for us here. There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
And how far is the moon from the Earth?
Happy full moon.
280,000 miles.
Alexa, how far is the moon?
What was that?
She's asleep.
Yes, Alexa.
Alexa, how far is the moon?
Oh, that's cool.
Alexa.
The moon is 200.
She's asleep.
Oh, she's awake. Alexa, how far is the moon? Alexa, how far is the moon?
The moon is 247,000.
Is that the same as Siri?
miles away from Earth.
247,600
and something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about 280.
So yeah.
Happy New Year, Brian. And kiss the puppy for me. He's good.
Yeah. So we found out, Brian and Lala, that Michelle's got a lounge.
I have a whole room, lounge room.
Yes.
Get it right.
No, Sean's coming in. Everybody's going. Yeah. So hey, ask Alexa if she ever works for the FBI. That's funny.
Why don't you ask Alexis what a lounge is?
Alexa, what's a lounge?
A lounge is a comfortable and relaxed space for sitting, reclining, or socializing. It can be found in various settings such as hotels, airports, and homes, and is often furnished with sofas, armchairs, and amenities like a bar.
I was going to die if it said Michelle's place.
And no, Lala, it's not a lap dance lounge.
No.
Did she say that?
Yes.
She did.
Lounge bar.
Where?
Put her in
Gary
the
says
naughty
does have a hot tub.
No, ask the one about the
No.
fence.
Oh, she did
No.
say it.
It has a hot bottom on it, but no.
Michelle.
Say bum.
Man, we went to PG to. Never mind.
Ask the other question.
PG-13.
Yeah. Oops.
Fiery ass.
Yeah, that's the other question.
What question?
You know, about the feds.
Oh, Alexa, do you work for the FBI? Turns off.
Ah, confirmation.
Yep.
Yes, it goes to off mode.
Wow.
Wow.
So at one point, Alexa, a lot of people found out years ago when people really got into Alexa, when you would get in fights, it would automatically call 911.
Right.
Now, when
That's-
people got domestic
that's
violence, yeah, I would automatically call 911 for the family. So they had to turn that feature off because it was invasion of privacy. People were complaining about it.
Wow.
Yep. Sure was.
My watch will call 000 here if I fall over.
Really? That's great to know for you.
Help.
Shall we see what happens?
I'd love to see that commercial.
No,
Yeah.
it's true.
How does it know you're not just getting down on the
Come to the
floor?
front door. It's the purple.
No,
carpet
no,
with
it's
the
not that
crystal
loud.
ball.
Yeah, I that kind of was a bit off, truth, but no, it actually does. If I don't actually reply to it, because it goes, we detected you've had a hard fall. Are you okay? And if you don't respond, then it rings 000.
Well, I guess before you climb into bed, you better take that watch off.
I'm by myself. Stop that.
He's remembering how our beds pop up, Michelle.
Now you're snorting. This is getting very bad. Where's
Anna Dee, this has been very entertaining this evening. It's almost midnight here, and I'm laughing. Happy New Year!
How does that go?
Welcome aboard, Mark.
It's fun. This is fun.
Poor Angela, look at her. What am I?
And we're all straight. I don't know about you, but we've had no alcohol.
I have no alcohol.
They
True.
pay me to come to their parties.
Oh, I thought Virgil says I was going to the hospital.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Poor
no.
Michelle. Yeah, it is.
Oh, no,
So,
I'm not poor. I'm good. I'm great. I told you that earlier. I'm doing great.
all right,
No, it's
everybody.
actually-
But
In case I fall off the horse and I'm by myself out,
that's
out
too
in the
much
middle
right there. Yeah, we're good. You better stop while you're ahead.
because I'm too drunk. I fell off my horse. Yeah.
Well, I feel sorry for the audio listeners tomorrow.
Oh no, it's
good. Let's
listening.
entertain them.
I better. Where's my Apple Watch? Does that have a setting in there or something I need to look for?
So next time Grizzy falls off the
Depends
chair,
what model
Michelle,
it is.
I know, right? I mean, because I get excited a lot. Never mind. Never mind. That didn't even sound
Mine
good.
It's not talking about the shaking. It's talking about the falling.
Michelle,
What? You said it.
I get scared a lot. That's what I was referring to. Look at
You're
Angela.
gonna
She's like, I'm
happen
out of
if
here.
you come down here then.
Oh,
you
my
got
Lord.
no sense of
Anyways,
humor,
everybody, what does that say? Honestly, shakes. Anyways, Brian, everybody's laughing. So, anyways, everybody, we wish y'all a happy new year, and we'll
Yes.
catch y'all next year. And I don't know what to say. I'm just speechless. She got me snorting.
You're
Bye,
not,
everybody.
You're not big time.
Happy New
I
Year.
know,
everyone.
right? Happy New Year.
Happy
Take
New
care.
Year.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, bye.
It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No. We're gonna watch and listen.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, shit, should we run?
No.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, should we run?
Okay. It's a grizzly.
Are you sure it's not a chipmunk? Action. No, I'm out of here. Action.
It's a grizzly.
I'm out of here.
Huh. Maybe it is a chipmunk. It's a grizzly.
Are we gonna die?
I don't know. We're just gonna sit here and listen and watch.
Let's get out of here, maybe.
Fall!